moly. And go.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Kylie Noble. I've had the pleasure and privilege of working with Laura Fitton, author of Guardian Angel, for the past 2 months as her PR assistant. It has been incredible to play a part in the Guardian Angel journey. Laura has already sold over 200 books and raised £300 for charity. Tonight we will celebrate Laura's debut and showcase some of the amazing talent across South Yorkshire. Tonight we will have CJ Dingley, Sarah Cox, Ian McMillan, Mick Jenkinson and Michelle Beck reading and singing. To start us off, here's an introduction from Laura and her pet dog, Billy.
Good evening, me and Billy would like to welcome you all to Guardian Angel's official book launch 2021, here Tuesday 23rd of March. So me and Billy didn't expect the response that we got. We are absolutely overjoyed, aren't we, Bill? It's not one from any words to that, it's a bit shy. He's ecstatic that you loved his poem and he thought he'd show his face. Obviously he didn't know Sophie for a brief amount of time. So yeah, he's come on absolutely heaps. So we've got some amazing guests on this evening. We hope you have a fabulous evening. Thank you once again for all your support, for buying the book, for donating to the charity. We could not have achieved what we've done without any of you guys. So thank you very much. Much love, me and Billy Bond.
Now Laura will read her first poem of the evening, called My Best Friend Sophie, Our Story.
My best friend Sophie, our story. I try not to miss you as I wake up every day, but as time passes, there are more things I want to say. It kills me daily that you aren't here with me, and you cannot have the future you dreamt of and all of the things you wanted to achieve. It doesn't get any easier 9 years on. It is still very raw. I no longer believe you can move on from losing your best friend anymore. I give everything for a few more years with you, just to watch you achieve all of the things you wanted to watch you walk down the aisle and I make the most embarrassing speech ever, where you kick me under the table and threaten you not to speak to me forever. To see you have children as what a great mum you would be, booking my babysitting duties and playing cool auntie. Having lots of ups and downs through life, no doubt along the way. But our friendship was enough to survive them all and smile every day. The laughs, the giggles, the moans and the rants too. Challenges, crazy ideas, overactive imaginations. I think the future would have been colourful, don't you? Do you remember when I told you I was gay? You were in pure shock and replied, I don't even know what to say. I was the first person you met who was, and you looked at me like something from space. It cracks me up remembering the expression on your face. In all honesty, you were cool. You wanted me to settle down with a nice girl and spill the beans to you about. I told you, whoa, hold your horses, girlie. I've not even properly come out. What will we be doing now if you were still around? Listening to trance music with surround sound? You said you'd show me how to move to trance music, as I was stiff as a board. If I'd have tried to move to those beats, girlie, quite surely I'd have been floored. I wonder if I'd have been fluent in Dutch by now, as you taught me a little bit. In all honesty, my Spanish is ace, my French is crap, so my Dutch would possibly be shit. I still remember the plans you made for your 21st birthday. A bike ride around Ostend as you were determined to prove I was unfit, followed by a trip to the lighthouse, a meal with your family, and then the clubs we would hit. It is hard to accept that we couldn't do just that, because my, what a 21st to remember. Unfortunately, you were not here on that day in 2011, on the 6th of November. To think on this day, you were riding to college on your bike like any other, and that drunk driver hit you and run you over. I still try and raise awareness. Think before you drink, as actions can change people's lives like ours in a blink. They don't see the devastation that they have left behind, the months of waiting for you to awake from your coma, friends and family losing their mind. They don't see that we have everything crossed, waiting for you to awake. And we keep fooling ourselves that it was a nightmare or to justify this hellish mistake. Waiting day to day to hear some news, to see if your body was strong enough and which outcome it would choose. That was shortly after the 2011 New Year, and I still remember that day crystal clear. The best news I received was March, April time, when your brother messaged me saying you'd woken up and I knew you'd be fine. Oh, I was so happy. I sent you well wishes and a photo of Billy and me with a huge smile. He replied, she's doing well, but her recovery will be a long while. You were doing amazing. I could not have been proud of your strength and courage to pull through. You couldn't speak. You communicated with your eyes. He added, when you saw the photo, you smiled too. I cried tears of joy that day and mentally sent you positive vibes through. There were so many things I wanted to tell you. You kept fighting, and then disaster struck. Your brain needed more time to heal, and multiple seizures shook. You were medically induced back into the coma and sent peacefully to sleep. It was 3 months of painful waiting, yet positivity we had to keep. I strongly believed in you, that I would get my best friend back in your own time. When I received the news you had died, my world stopped moving, and I think everyone's heart broke, not just mine. You tried, you fought, and I can say you did your best, but I was grieving, I was angry that someone had put you to rest. I felt robbed for you. I wouldn't accept it. I was in denial for years. I've lost count of how many times I've broken down into tears. The reassurance I got was that you were well looked after and they tried everything and more. That was enough passion for me to bottle in my own job as a nurse, as it had dwindled slightly before. You never saw me qualify. You heard me moaning about my training and how much I wanted to quit. Wait, those months, I'm not joking. My grades took a hit. Since I have qualified, I have released my passion and emotion and shown it through the way I care. As everyone deserves the best, just like you received all the way over there. I miss you, my friend. It's obvious I wish you were here. I'll spend today remembering you and maybe shed a happy tear. Do you remember Billy as a pup? And I showed you him on webcam and you said, Billy, poor. He curled up to sleep on my lap and boy did he snore. That little pup is a big lad now, Sophie, 2 arms to hold. But he has been my rock over the years with a loving heart of pure gold. He sits and snuggles up to me when I speak to you. His twitchy ears listen, and I know he misses you too. He has caught so many tears over the years that I have shed. You should see the puzzled look he gives me when they drip on his head. We both miss you, our dearest friend, every single day. We are lucky to have had you in our lives. We treasure the moments in our hearts where we know they will stay. Not many people can say they literally have an angel as their best friend. But now we bid you goodbye, sweet dreams, and continue to watch over us as we bring this poem to an end. Thank you. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Guardian Angel's virtual book launch. So now you have met my guardian angel, and I'm really hoping she doesn't get up to mischief and make any unexpected guest appearances. I think she will be beaming with pride right now. That is our story, and who I genuinely believe my guardian angel is. I say that as I have felt her beside me on numerous occasions. Also, I do still speak to her now. Only occasionally she checks in, and later I will share an exclusive poem where I met her once again in my dream, and it is called One Hot Summer's Day. And also a newly written poem, Guardian Angel, especially for tonight. I will pay tribute to my respiratory team and the Rainbow Gardens with Beneath the PPE. And also, that's right, you guessed it, that mischievous nephew of mine will be showing his softer side in his poem, Have You Met My Nephew? Alongside an all-star lineup, as Kylie has mentioned, what more could I possibly pack into one launch? I hope you all have a lovely evening and have your candles and drinks on standby, as it is a toast and a celebration. But next up is a very talented young gentleman of 13 years of age, CJ Dingley. I have worked with CJ's mum, who has also been working on the front line throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, working around the clock, providing the excellent care to all of her patients. CJ will be singing 2 songs for us this evening as he is looking to raise money for his chosen charity, the Brains Trust. CJ and his mums have been through a really hard time over the past 12 months, as his granddad was diagnosed with a brain tumour in March 2020. He fought very hard, but unfortunately he passed away in February 2021. Death affects everyone. A 13-year-old trying to comprehend why this has happened to such a loving and caring man has been difficult. However, CJ came up with an amazing idea. He is going to a recording studio to record an album, which when it is completed, he will sell to raise money for the Brain Trust charity. This is a charity which helps to support loved ones, support people with their brain tumour diagnosis who may struggle to comprehend it. They support families who have lost loved ones to brain tumours. The Brain Trust is very small, and CJ is hoping to raise enough money with his albums to help it become established. I will be keeping an eye on CJ's progress and advertising his fundraiser on this page in the near future. But let's put our hands together as he opens the show with his first song, 7 Years by Lucas Graham. Take it away, CJ. "7 Years", CJ Dingley.
Once I was 7 years old, Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger. Pushing each other to the limits, we were learning quicker. By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. Never wished so we were out to make that steady figure. Once I was 11 years old, my daddy told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11 years old. I always had that dream like my daddy before me. So I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about the glory just always seemed to mourn me. Cause only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. Before the morning someone life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. I only see my goals, I don't believe in failure. Cause I know the smallest voices, they can make you major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't leave before I meet, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story I told. Before the morning sun, my life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. Soon we'll be 30 years old. Our songs have been sold. We've traveled around the world and west to Rome. And soon we'll be 30 years old. I'm still learning about life. I remember what's children for me, so I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories. I most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm so sorry. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 60 wrong. Remember life, and then your life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. All my children come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Think the world is colder when I have a lot of children who can want me. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is colder? Will I have a lot of children who can want me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Once I was 7 years old. Mama told me, make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. Once I was 7 years old.
Well done, CJ.
That's amazing by CJ there. Thank you, CJ. I'm delighted to introduce our next guest, who is one of Yorkshire's most famous living poets. Ian Macmillan was born in Darfield and lives there. He has published several poetry collections and is also a journalist, playwright and broadcaster.
Hello, Laura. My name's Ian Macmillan. I'm a poet and broadcaster. I remember I gave you an award years ago, and here you are, writing a book, which is fantastic. I'm proud to be part of your book launch, and the book's going to do so well and raise such a lot of money and make people think very hard about what's happening around us. I've written a poem called Laura is Writing, just about what you write. Laura is writing in the early morning, arranging words across the page. Like the paint fills up a canvas, like the actors fill a stage. Laura is writing in the early evening, shaping words to make them rhyme, give them rhythm, hold the meaning like a sunset holding time. Poems can help us see the world, and poems explore who we can be. Laura's poems can lift the language and can sail on life's wide sea. Have a great book launch.
Thank you, Ian Macmillan. I really do remember that awards evening as well. Right, my next guest this evening is the one who stole your hearts in Guardian Angel with his mischievous antics in his debut, my Lasserap's own nephew, Jimmy. That was actually a really funny moment in my life as I heard Jimmy race down the stairs. He flew straight into the lounge to tell me he was in trouble, followed by Mum's voice ringing through both of our ears. He's done it again. Yes, he was naughty. But tonight he is looking to redeem his naughty behaviour to get back in my mum's good books once again with his new collaboration with his favourite Auntie Laura. I have just managed to get him to sit still on this clip. However, you can scroll down on my page after and watch his outtakes when he wanted to do a runner and his protest. Be prepared to have your heart stolen once again with our latest poem, Have You Met My Nephew? Jimmy. Bear with me a sec. Go on then, Jimmy, your time to shine, my little friend. Let's go.
Have you met my nephew? You met my nephew, my cute little man, who races around the house as fast as he can. You hold your breath, waiting for him to stop. He flies onto your knee and he will sit quietly on top. If you were human, you'd ask if you had ADHD. No, not at all. This is my nephew Jimmy. He is really affectionate and he loves a good cuddle. Not for too long, mind, as out of your arms he will wriggle. He loves to watch the soaps day and night on TV. He loves all the way neighbours as he watches those with me. Cora, Emmerdale, EastEnders, and Strictly too. It's a good job he cannot speak as it's spoiled it for you. He will lay in a line, right on his belly. It's his comfortable position for watching the telly. When he sees an animal, his tail starts to wag and spin. A small growl to start with as he is fine-tuning. Up on his feet, he's seen it, he starts to shout. Runs up to the TV and wonders where it's come out. He will run and jump onto the sofa, his upgraded seat. Curled up in the cup of my knees, and he rests his head on my feet. He will fall asleep, and he does snore too. He makes cute little baby noises that will make you coo. He wasn't as affectionate when he was little, but now he is. Think he's watched Billy cuddling and giving us a kiss. But what a cute little dog, funny and cheeky, he has turned out to be. I cannot help but have a heart full of love for my little nephew Jimmy. Yeah.
He did try, didn't he? Although he didn't entertain the camera much, and Billy yet again stole the limelight. This evening also marks a very important occasion. Today is the National Day of Reflection. It is 1 year today since the UK went into its first national lockdown at the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. I would like you all to join me as I will light a candle in memory of all patients I have had the honour of nursing, to every frontline member of staff, to family members and colleagues we have sadly lost in the pandemic. And my heart and love goes out to every single one of their loved ones. Let's all take a candle and shine a light to remember those and to support those who are still going through bereavement, and we will hold a minute's silence. Thank you for that. I decided to publish Guardian Angel as a tribute to my best friend Sophie and to her memory. That is why I decided to raise money for a great cause, Doncaster and Bassetlaw Teaching Hospital's charity, the Rainbow Gardens. The Rainbow Gardens appeal is to build 2 memorial gardens across the trust, in memory of patients and staff members we have sadly lost to the COVID-19 pandemic. The memorial garden at Bassetlaw Hospital is now complete. The one at Doncaster Royal Infirmary is still being created. So far, I am more than happy to announce that Guardian Angel has raised over £300 alone. Not only that, but my autobiography has offered comfort and solace to those who have read it. My initial aim was to not only look after the patients directly under my care, but to reach out to those who can't be near due to lockdown restrictions and hopefully offer them my love and support and allow them to be able to feel emotions again and give them a little laugh along the way, as these have been really challenging times. Not only do I reflect myself after contracting the virus twice now, my next poem is a tribute to my colleagues and team. I wanted to capture what it felt like working on a COVID-19 unit, looking after patients on breathing machines, the emotions we have battled over the last 12 months, and to give you a glimpse through our very own eyes. This next poem is a tribute to the respiratory unit and team, who have worked around the clock in full PPE. I cannot speak highly enough of my colleagues. They are a credit to DBTH and deserve all the recognition in the world. It has been challenging, mentally, physically, emotionally, but together we remain strong. They have been more than just my work friends and family. They have been my strength. This next poem, they have already heard, and they themselves have chosen the title and named it Beneath the PPE. They know they have my heart and that I love them all, and how proud they have made me. It has been an absolute honour working with each and every one of you. Here is your poem. Beneath the PPE. Beneath the PPE reside some amazing individuals that make up Team Respiratory. When your ward becomes a COVID unit, how scary can this be? Looking after critically ill patients that are requiring NIV, watching patients fight for breath, panic in their eyes. Other families' hearts are breaking as they are saying their goodbyes. They cannot see our reassuring smiles beneath the PPE, just our eyes, a visor, a hood and a mask. How daunting must this be? COVID-19 has stripped us of our individuality, and now we all look the same. A marker pen to scribble our job role and our name. The numbers are slowly decreasing, yet it is too early for us to celebrate. We clasp our hands, pray, monitoring the public and government's behaviour, and we wait. The Pfizer vaccine in our arm, we are feeling a little strong, yet we keep our fingers and our toes crossed that an end will not be long. I've beaten COVID-19 twice now. It is more than just the flu. Statistics are just numbers. It's our patients' lives we value. It has been an unforgettable experience nursing through COVID-19. I, alongside many others, cannot wait to awake from this bad dream. The Rainbow Gardens, a place of peace, somewhere for each of us to go, where we can share our memories of those we have lost and hopefully ease some sorrow. Everybody, relative, colleague, patient, public, as a trust and a unit, we offer our support and our love as we remember each other falling daily and look up to the rainbows in the skies above. We will never stop fighting until this virus has gone. But please remember this one thing, you are not in this alone. Thank you.
Next, we have another Yorkshire poet, Mick Jenkinson. He lives in Doncaster, where he runs Well Spoken, a monthly poetry night at Doncaster Brewery. He also helps organise Doncaster Folk Festival. His second poetry pamphlet, When the Waters Rise, was published by Calder Valley Poetry in November 2019. Mick's beautiful poems are called One Thing More and Enduring Marks.
Thank you, Kylie.
Hello, I'm Mick Jenkinson, and I've got a couple of things to say. Firstly, it is a pleasure and a privilege to be involved in Laura's launch event. And secondly, buy yourself a copy of Guardian Angel. This is a poem I wrote for my dad. It's called One Thing More. His fingers kept time on the hospital tray whose frame cantilevered the width of the bed. We knew that his breath was slipping away. His free hand held mine, and he asked me to stay. It went without saying. We left it unsaid. His fingers kept time on the hospital tray. His skin somewhat colder, complexion more grey. The calm in his eyes was tempering my dread. We knew that his breath was slipping away. I think of the things it's my duty to say. Words won't form sentences inside my head. His fingers kept time on the hospital tray. There is one thing more, his eyes seemed to say, that it's time that I faced what lies up ahead. We knew that his breath was slipping away. He reached for the mask, pulled it sharply away. I'm proud of all you've achieved, he said. His fingers kept time on the hospital tray. We knew that his breath was slipping away. One thing more. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mick. And now I will play your next poem. enduring marks.
I'll dedicate this to anyone who's lost anyone they cared for during the last 12 months pandemic, and this is called Enduring Marks. I can't recall what led up to that kiss, or why I'd never lost hold of the spark. Who would believe that it should be like this? The mattresses, the music, could I miss those eyes that cut across the raucous talk? I can't recall what led up to that kiss. The frenzy faded, what remained was us. The world has granted us this holy dark. Who would believe that it should be like this? Fumbling hands that learned what passion is, exhilarated by your scent and silk. I can't recall what led up to that kiss. Down all the years, betrayed by distances, news of the morning that you never woke. Who would believe that it should be like this? Maybe life's best defined by absences. Brief moments etched the most enduring marks. I can't recall what led up to that kiss. Who would believe that it should be like this? Enduring marks. Thank you.
Thank you, Mick, for your contributions to the launch. Such a touching poem about your dad, and also in enduring marks. I think the pandemic has left a fair few of those on every single one of us over the last 12 months to this present day. Lovely poem and words of reflection. My next guest is super special. Not only is this my first ever poetry collaboration, but what more than with someone who shares both passions. Her love of being a nurse and a poet too. I introduced to you Sarah Cox, an A&E sister who has also worked on the front line during the COVID-19 pandemic. Not only that, but she also has ties with my current respiratory team. She is an ex-warrior, folks. I think I can speak for the pair of us that we cannot wait for this pandemic to be over. We are tired, we need a break. But one thing we do keep is our faith. This we are different. She has her faith and I have my angels. I cannot tell you how much fun I have had writing this poem with Sarah. I have never seen anyone literally pluck the words out of thin air like she does to create something so special. The poem you are about to hear is one we poured our heart and soul and strength into. It has come at the right time as we cross our fingers as we see an end is in sight, although a way to go yet. Here to give you all a boost for the final hurdle of this pandemic is our collaboration, Fighting for Our Future. I must pre-warn you though that this poem does contain one swear word, but it is in total context of what is written. I give you my dear friend, Sarah Cox.
Hi, I'm Sarah Cox. I'm a fellow nurse at Doncaster Royal Infirmary. I work in the A&E department. Met Laura, being a colleague around the hospital, her working up on respiratory, which is where I used to work as well. But then really met Laura after reading about her poems that she was writing to help her through life experiences. And at the time, or during this pandemic, I've gone through quite a lot of personal issues. So took her sort of inspiration and put pen to paper and started putting the thoughts that was going on in my head into poems, and it's helped me a lot. And in turn, Laura's got me on board doing a collaboration, and we've turned out to be really good friends and have a good laugh. So this is our collaboration that we wrote together regarding our nursing through the COVID experience. Fighting for our future. Everyone has faith in something to get by, something to give them help when they look to the sky. Angels or gods, the moon or the stars, something to hold on to when life is hard. We all need positive energy to get through a bad time, wishing for good health or prosperity, letting Mother Nature be our guide. The wonders of the universe, the birds in the trees, the flowers in the ground and the air that we breathe. But the biggest belief you can have in this life is to believe in yourself and your strength to get by.
I do believe in myself, and I have my angels beside me. They also surround you, just up to your heart and you see. They come in the forms of friends, pets and family, but they have never left us. They continue to walk beside me. Through the good and the bad, they will keep us strong. To when we have achieved our dreams, they cheer us along. To ensure that we are never alone, even though we cannot see them, they haven't gone. It's your gut feeling, that little spark, and you are never alone or left in the dark.
When you open your eyes and see a mountain to climb, be prepared to face it with a new frame of mind. Ready to take on the day, seeing everything in a new light. Somewhere to find the energy and get ready for the fight. Trying to find the positive in things and view its beauty. Going to work as nurses to uphold our duty. To help our patients and comfort their loved. We trained for this, but we still need our guidance from above.
We are two nurses united as one. We vow to keep fighting until COVID has gone. It has tormented and isolated us from those we hold dear and filled every one of us with a deep, heavy fear. We support each other and we hold on tight, hoping the vaccines put everything right. Too many have fallen and caused many such pain. We watch for the rainbows and the sun will rise once again.
So keep believing and keep yourself strong. Until we can hold our friends and family, it won't be too long. Let's stand together and as a nation unite, as this is the only way we will win this fight. It doesn't matter about background, culture or race. We need to stand together and respect each other's faith, protecting the vulnerable and shielding the old. When this is all over, we want nice stories to be told. Happier memories will return, we promise you, when we can all meet up again in groups of more than two. Forget all your worries and enjoy basking in the sun, having picnics in the park and watching our children run. And although a face mask may become an item of our daily outfit, get your vaccine and wear one to help us defeat this shit.
Come on.
Thank you, Sarah, for being involved. That was great, that collaboration. The next poem Laura will read is a fan favourite. It's called I'm Just a Lady with Dementia, That's All. This is also one of my favourites of Laura's poems. I worked in a dementia care home for a time and I find this poem to be very powerful.
I am just a lady with dementia, that's all. My name is Laura. I am an 80-year-old female. Now spare me some time to hear my tale. I am a wrinkled shell, so frail and old. Beneath the confusion lies a heart of gold. I have dementia, a terrible disease, which makes people around me feel ill at ease. My memories are stored in chronological order, merged into such a muddle, no separation by border. My youthful memories are as clear as day. It's my recent ones that have faded away. I remember going to school way back then, playing with my best friend Ben. I remember my very first kiss, surrounded by important people who now I dismiss. But ask me what happened an hour ago, of course I will struggle, because all of my memories are in one hell of a muddle. Sometimes I do panic and I do shout for my mum, and some people tell me that she will come. Well, I'm 80 odd. She isn't going to come, you silly sod. My mother is dead. That memory is lost, gone right out of my head. My feelings of loss and upset, they still haunt me now. But attaching that emotion to the right memory, I can't somehow. One thing to remember, please do not lie to me. I remember everything, you will soon see. Please tell me the truth, even if it hurts me and must. One day it may piece itself together again, and I remember it's you I'll not trust. When I have been unwell in hospital, they'll whisper behind my back. Just give me a few minutes, will you, to get my thoughts back on track. When I'm scared, yes, I do shout out. But how on earth would you feel with complete strangers about? I can't remember how I got here. I want to go home. All these people around me, yet I feel so alone. I love walking around. I am very steady. I promise I won't fall. I am not a prisoner in this institution, not at all. I am instantly told to sit back in my chair, and there is only so long you can sit down and stare. People look at me like I am a freak out of space, and you wonder why I want to escape from this place. Uncomfortable, lonely, and I'm scared too. Please let me go home, this I do beg you. Back to my bungalow where everything is neat. Oh, my recliner chair and a pool for my feet. Surrounded by my photographs and belongings of my own. Now I don't feel so alone. So next time I am poorly or unwell and I require a little help from you, here's another thing to bear in mind too. I am not just a wrinkled old shell with a terrible disease. I am a lady with feelings who could put you at ease. Thank you. I hope everyone is enjoying their evening and there is still more to come. But for now, I am going to pass over to Kylie to introduce our next guest.
And now for our final poet of the night. Michelle Beck is a Writing for Wellness facilitator, poet and writer from Doncaster. Her work is featured in Street Cake magazine, Ink, Sweat, Tears, and Acumen. Her two poems are called Dear Fawns and Daybreak.
Right then, so now guys, it is Michelle Beck. And here she is. Thank you, Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle Beck, and I'm very honoured to be reading at Laura's launch this evening of her debut collection, Guardian Angel. I've chosen two poems to share with you this evening, and they are both about grief. So the first one is Daybreak, after John O'Donoghue's blessing, for Grandma. May the dawn of every day bring you springtime. Overflowing fern green leaved trees, their shadows cast down to walk beside you. With the dawn of every day, I pray this dense sorrow thaws like a mountain dew. Rising into the mist of mulberry, orchard, and lavender perfume. As the dawn breaks on this day, and stone grief pulls you into murky despair, I hope for a gentle wind to bear the weight of you. When silhouettes of nightingales swarm east, and as the sun sets on another day, may its light remain within you, a tender embrace. That was the poem that I read out at my granddad's recent funeral. This next poem is it's published in Street Cake magazine, and it is. I'm not going to tell you too much about it because it's very obvious within the poem, but it is about grief. I'll explain a little more afterwards. Dear fans, I want to apologise, as it was never my intention to gyrate into every woman's dreams and become the world's sexiest man. Dirty Dancing, a title I hated, was supposed to be a story of feminism. A story of class, of conquer, of risk and reward. I never wanted to be known as a hunk, only to be taken seriously as an actor. To elevate Jennifer from the freezing waters, lifting her into a lifetime of self-belief. I didn't mean to give women everywhere unrealistic expectations, that one day a good-looking son of a gun with impeccable chivalry would suddenly walk into the room and save them all, shaking his butt while doing it. I was just a man with demons which I fought until the end. A Texan cowboy who smoked 60 cigarettes a day and had many brushes with death and bouts of acute alcoholism. My life was as up and down as the saddle of my Arabian stallion, and ended cruelly. My spouse of 34 years sprinkled my ashes, and with the wind I was carried across the landscape of northern New Mexico, dimming the sunset over Hollywood Boulevard. And on the website Gender Across Borders 2010, Carrie Nielsen admits, as I have re-watched Dirty Dancing countless times, my feelings on the film have changed dramatically. I still love it, but now I love it for its strong political and feminist messages. I appreciate the honest depiction of abortion, the explanation of classism, and the references to the civil rights movement. I appreciate the fact that Frances Baby Houseman is a strong, compelling female character who is true to herself, her beliefs, and her desires. Patrick Swayze played a prominent role in my household growing up. Me and my mum both absolutely loved Dirty Dancing, and we used to play the soundtrack. So although it's about Patrick Swayze and the movie, it also holds a deep meaning for me with grief. And I wrote this after I lost my own mother as a way of kind of dealing with it and processing that grief. So thank you for listening. Hi, I'm Michelle Beck, and I'm very honoured to be reading at Laura's launch this.
Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for your contribution, Michelle, and for joining me on the launch to make this evening more special. Dirty Dancing is one of mine and my mum's all-time favourite films, and you have definitely opened my eyes to a whole other perspective that even I didn't see, so thank you. People ask me how I write my poems. They come to me. I can be anywhere, in the shower, stuck in traffic, listening to music, at work, or even asleep. Some of my latest work has been written sat in the chair at Nina Evelyn's salon. Many a time relaxing with foils in my hair, I have jotted a few poems in my phone. The story behind this next one, I was having a power nap before my night shift. I woke up due to the fact the poem came to me, and I jotted it down on the notes on my phone, and it's called One Hot Summer's Day. When I was to go over to Ostend for Sophie's 21st, she was taking me to the lighthouse as it was a real beauty spot. She failed to tell me there were 3, so I am unsure which it was. But in the future, when lockdown lifts, I will be taking a trip to Ostend, going to the lighthouses and finding a bar and busting some moves to her trance music. I will also leave a copy of Guardian Angel there for a stranger to find and hopefully feel comfort. That will be the end of the journey and for me to finally get some peace and closure. But obviously, our friendship will never end at that point. It's eternal. Here is my next poem, short but sweet, One Hot Summer's Day. I met you at the lighthouse on that hot summer's day. We sat on the pier and looked across the bay. We dipped our feet into the sea and it was freezing cold. We told each other stories, some that were left untold. You were showing me some places to my left and to my right. You used to go there to watch the stars light up the sky at night. Waves are crashing against the pier, spray hitting our face. We both agreed on one thing, that this was an amazing place. The sun rays kissing our skin, lost in our reverie, our thoughts within. We catch each other's eyes and our smiles would gleam. It's a shame I can only meet you in my dream. The light up there guides the ships to safety. When you sleep at night, you know where to find me. You can come back for a hug anyway, as you know I have plenty to help you through another day. You pull me to my feet, now we must go. Don't forget, same time, same place, and I will meet you here tomorrow. Thank you.
It's time for another song from CJ Dingley. He'll be singing Leave a Light On by Tom Walker.
thank you, CJ, for your second song this evening.
The second song I mentioned, you were all alone. I could feel the trouble coursing through your veins. Now I know it's got a home. Just a phone call after an answer had me sparking up. These cigarettes will stop me wondering when you want to let go. Keep a home. If you look into the distance, the house upon the hill, guiding like a lighthouse, is a place where you'll be safe to feel like grace. And if you make mistakes, you've lost your way. And I will leave a light on. 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 Tell me what's been happening, what's been on your mind. Lately you've been searching for a darker place to hide. It's alright. But if you carry on abusing, you'll be robbed from us. I refuse to lose another friend to drugs. Come home. Don't let go. If you look into the distance, the house upon the hill, guiding like a lighthouse, is a place where you'll be safe to feel like grace. If you've lost your way, you've lost your way. And I'll leave a light on. I will 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 leave a light on. If you look into the distance, the house upon the hill, guiding like a lighthouse, a place where you'll be safe to feel like grace. And if you lost your way, you lost your way. I will leave a light on. I know you're down and out now, but I need you to be brave. Hiding from the truth ain't gonna make this all like chaos. See your pain. If you lost your grace, you lost your way. I will leave a light on. I will leave a light on. 'Cause I will leave a light on.
Thank you again, CJ. Very talented young lad. What a fantastic night of poetry and song we're having. I just want to mention that you can buy a copy of Laura's fantastic book, Guardian Angel, by directly messaging Laura on her Facebook page or emailing her on laurafitton6@gmail.com. It can also be ordered from Amazon. The book costs $9.99 and £1 from every sale goes towards the Rainbow Gardens at Doncaster and Bassetlaw Teaching Hospital Trust. Laura has one final message for all of you before she closes the launch with her poem Guardian Angel, after which we will play out the night with a song from Mick Jenkinson. With thanks to Mick Jenkinson and Arts, which is Doncaster Community Arts, for use of This Town Will Always Be My Home.
I would like to sincerely thank everyone for attending the launch, and to my special guests, Ian McMillan, CJ Dingley, to my boys, Billy and Jimmy, Sarah Cox, Mick Jenkinson, and Michelle Beck. I would also like to say a massive thank you to Kylie Noble, who has helped me promote the book, gain press coverage, get onto the radio, and help to put this amazing launch together. I still cannot believe this is happening, and one day I believe the shock will lift. To my publisher, Gail Powell, and solopreneur, for bringing Guardian Angel to life, for seeing my vision and steering it with me to create such a special book. To my parents, sister, and our friends who who has supported me on this incredible journey and instilled my self-belief and confidence, which I had lost for some time. To Doncaster and Bassetlaw Teaching Hospitals for all of their support with this project. It is an amazing trust to work for, and I can only speak highly of you all. Finally, to my respiratory team, we have almost won the war on COVID. Come on! You should all be so proud and absolutely knackered. Thank you for your time. I hope you all stay safe and well, and I will leave you with Guardian Angel. If you have any questions for me, drop them in the comments as I read the final poem of the evening, and I will answer them honestly. Guardian Angel. Hello, Laura, Billy and Jimmy. It's your guardian angel, Sophie. I cannot believe what's happened with the book. Yes, Laura, I am giving you the look. We never thought we were that interesting, did we? I am gobsmacked that people are wanting to read about me. I love the poem about Jimmy. He is a cute little rascal, isn't he? But how can I sit back and not see the lovely young pup I once knew, Billy? The book was easily the best gift I were to receive, to share our friendship for all to see. Some of the memories, I do laugh as they are still very funny, from Spain to Billy and your time at university. I have always believed in you, and I told you you'd do well. Did I not tell you that time would tell? I am so proud of you. My smile is beaming, my dear friend, and I miss you too. You have always been the strongest out of the two, but it has been an absolute honour guiding you. I hope I did well, and you don't give me the sack, as now I am happy to have my best friend back. Your witty personality and sense of humour that always made me giggle. You are back to your dancing with your infamous Shakira hit wiggle. I also have equally awaited this special moment. It has truly been time well spent. Can you imagine what trouble and mischief we'd have been up to? The raves, prides, house parties with my wing woman, that's you. Don't forget this though, if I hadn't had to go, your book would never have happened and you wouldn't be hosting this show. You said the other day, which lighthouse in Ostend? You think I was going to make it easy for you, my friend? Come on, Laura, there are only 3, but when you are stood at the right one, you will find and sense me. I know your emotions will be overwhelming too, but I will be right there beside you. You said in a poem that our friendship was for life. This I never forgot. When you thought I had left you, I had not. I guard you at night, watching you sleep. I have brushed away your tears that you would silently weep. How I do mock you and some of the stuff that you say. I am reaching out to you through the music that you listen to and play. I cannot tell you what the future holds, but I vow I will be beside you. I do promise that it is filled with happiness too. You have finally closed a chapter, and boy, it's been a long one. You have overcome challenges. Relax now, you have won. I love you, Laura, and you remain in my heart. We were joined at the hip, and we are not really apart. I too keep my promises we both made. You make me happy, and in Guardian Angel, it is my soul that you have saved. You 3 really are unaware of how special you are to me, honestly. You are my English family. You have made me so proud with everything you achieve. Sending my love, hugs and kisses, your Guardian Angel Sophie. I will still meet you at the lighthouse in Ostend, the one by the sea. Don't forget, Laura, I have always believed in you, so keep on believing in me. Guardian Angel, thank you. Whew. I would like to raise my glass and say thank you to everyone who has purchased a copy, who has donated to the charity, and who has attended this book launch tonight. Guardian Angel could not have done it without you. So thank you very much. One last surprise for you. Mick Jenkinson is going to perform a song to play us out. I will remain on the line after this clip to answer any questions that may have popped up in the comments box. I hope you all had an enjoyable evening. I hope you all stay safe. Sending you all my love. Cheers. And then it is Mick for some music. Just bear with me a second, guys. Right. Here he is, Mick Jenkinson, playing us out.
Grew out of a creative direction session that Janet and I co-hosted at Edlington in July 2019. And we never really arrived at a title for it. We variously called it Doncaster Bound and Back to Doncaster. I've settled on This Town Will Always Be My Home, which I think's got a nice ring to it, and it's a bit more universal. So that's its working title for the time being. And it was sparked by a discussion which we've had several times before, to the effect that when you come from a place, you're probably not the best person to judge its strengths and qualities, because we're all inclined to take our hometowns and villages for granted, aren't we? So we're lucky that day because we've got Jackie at the session, and she was able to tell us how she'd found Doncaster to be a particularly warm, welcoming and friendly place when she'd moved here from elsewhere, and she regarded the town as somewhat of a refuge. So that obviously was a great spark for our usual process of sharing words and sharing lines and knocking it into the shape of a song. And we arrived at this, I guess, love song for our hometown, and you know, I'm really pleased with it. I hope you are too. It's we'll give it a go. This town will always be my home. The foundations that we built got us where we are today. North to south, east to west, river, dawn and railway. You can get to here from almost anywhere, for the village parks and the travelling fair. Mr. Engine Driver, can you go any faster? My heart is longing to get back to Doncaster, wherever life takes me, wherever I roam. This town will always be my home. Raw materials mined from our land, a lump of coal or a grain of sand. People travel from far and wide to build up the trade and Doncaster's pride. Mr. Engine Driver, can you go any faster? My heart is longing to get back to Doncaster, wherever life takes me, wherever I roam. This town will always be my home. This town will always be my home. Our loneliness is cured, and our freedom is secure. This town is our clean slate, a new life we will create. Folks say hello when you look their way. They'll give you a smile and the time of day. This town is still a community. No one can take away our unity. Mr. Engine Driver, can you go any faster? My heart is longing to get back to Doncaster, wherever life takes me, wherever I roam. This town will always be my home. This town will always be my home. Mr. Engine Driver, can faster. My heart is longing to get back to Doncaster, wherever life takes me, wherever I roam. This town will always be my home. This town will always be my home. This town will always be my home. This town will always be my home.
And thank you, Mick Jenkinson, for singing us out. So yeah, I am staying behind, guys. If there are any questions, I will scroll up on Facebook now, as I haven't dared look. So I will be here to answer any. All right, but thank you very much, everyone, for coming, and I hope you had an enjoyable evening. Just checking Facebook. Oh my goodness, 112 comments.
Lots of support.
There is. Well, oh God, don't set me up now, guys. I kept it together the whole way through.
Did so well. It's great. New fans, things as well.
Wow.
Time flew for me. What about you?
That was a busy 2 months, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And today was just thank you as well to BBC Radio Sheffield for putting me on the spot and surprising me with that phone call after this afternoon. I was so calm up until that moment, and then yeah, I just lost my head and I was like that. Like I am now pretty much still shaking.
Did we tell everybody about our last trial run?
No, but you can tell them what happened on our last run through half an hour before the marathon. Oh,
We'd done 2 trial runs before this, and they went like smoothly. Nothing like happened. The second one went like so smoothly, and we were like, yes, this is all going to go great. And then first of all, my printer didn't print, and it was connected to the internet and said it was on. It was green light, but said it was offline, and I couldn't print a final version of the script, so I had to scribble all over this one like old school. So that was the first thing, and then we were on about 20 minutes, and it's all going great. And then Laura's laptop died, or it like cut out. So then we had 10 minutes to like restart that. And then we just got this sorted, and I get like a knock at my door, and it's a policeman. And I've never had in any of the houses I've lived in various places, policeman, policewoman just arrived at the door randomly. So and this was like, yes, lead up to lunch, so close. So we did the last run through. What time was it? It was 6:30 when we finished.
10 to 7. I had literally the quickest change around ever.
So the policeman, he said, did you ring the police? And I was like, no. And he's like, well, I was like, it might be that other address that's similar. He's like, no, they didn't ring the police either. I was like, well, I didn't ring the police. He's like, that's very strange. All right. So yeah, we had 3 interruptions very close together. So we were like, hopefully this doesn't happen.
Could have been worse. We could have got arrested for
knocking taken away. I was like, well, we fought about everything. We fought about copyright. We haven't done anything. We'll get us picked up.
The original plan was to show the book cover and then play Untouchable by Girls Aloud. But obviously then Kylie had the bright idea that about copyright, and we didn't want to get into trouble over a launch, so we actually didn't play that song, but that would have been the opening music that I chose. But yeah, it's been
we decided not to sing ourselves. We thought no.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't sing live for you now.
Maybe CJ could have sang it, but
yeah, maybe.
He's the one among us who has the skill to sing it.
Yeah, definitely. CJ. But he's done me so proud, so well done, and so has everyone else. It's been a very special night, and overwhelming. I can't describe it. It's just been amazing. So thank you. So if there's no questions, I will sign off. But like I said, once again, thank you everyone. And then I'm going to scroll through and read your gazillion comments as well. Finish my little glass. But thank you everyone for coming. Speechless now. So everyone take care. If you want to buy the book, I am available to message. Like Kylie said, you can email if you want it personalising, or it is on Amazon. Okay, but thank you very much for making this evening super duper special for me. All right, so I will leave you now. Take care, and thank you, Kylie, once again.
Thank you. Cheerio for now.
See you later. Bye.
Yeah.